So let's just get started. What I'm starting on first is my braid pattern. Now you guys say a lot of times I don't have enough videos showing my braid pattern, and that's because it's pretty much the same pattern for every style you see on my channel. 99.7% of the time I have a straight back braid pattern going on, and this is what that looks like. Now, as you can see, I am not braiding tight, and that's simply because I cannot braid tight at all. This is as tight as it gets with me. But a lot of you guys ask me, how am I able to preserve my edges when I do crochet styles as repetitively as I do them? And that's because I don't braid tight. A lot of times you go to a stylist and they braid it super tight from your edges all the way down to the ends. Your hair is braided super tight. With me, it's not the case. Maybe it's because I'm doing my own hair and I have the control to braid my hair the way I want to, but at the end of the day, this is how my edges are able to stay intact, and that's because I don't necessarily start at the edge of the edges with the tightness that a lot of people do. Now, if you are looking to learn more intricate styles that go beyond the simple straight back braid pattern, I urge you to check out Taste Pink and Beauty Can Braid. Now, they can do some amazing styles and they can talk you through the process. What I am is I love to do crochet braid reviews because that is where I thrive in. I do not thrive in the tutorial lane where I'm trying to tell you how to corn roll your hair. I can show you, I can't necessarily explain it to you. That's why I didn't become a teacher. I wanted to be a teacher when I was a kid, and then I realized I can't explain to people what's in my mind. So I can show you, but I can't necessarily speak it out in words, and I think they do an incredible job of really taking you through step by step. So next, let's get into that hang time. Now, a lot of you guys ask me, what do you do with your hang time up under your crochet braids? I sew it up. I sew them things up, and that is what I'm doing right now. I'm just taking my rubber bands first to kind of put it in a little ball in the back of my head. Now, to hold everything in place while I'm sewing it up, I do use bobby pins. So I put the hair in a little ball, then I put bobby pins in to hold it in place temporarily while I go in with my needle and thread. Now, don't mind my face through any of this. You guys know as I'm installing my hair, a lot of the times I'm watching my shows at the same time. So my face shows a range of emotions, whether it's concern, happiness, joy, laughter, all of that's going on. So again, don't mind what's going on with my face. Again, I'm using a weaving needle for this, not just a regular needle, but a needle you typically use for weaving hair in. And I'm using that as well as thread. Again, I got both the needle and thread from a local beauty supply store, both for what, $1.99 each. So again, very inexpensive, and I use that thread throughout all my installs. Typically can go through at least 12 installs, if not 14, 15 installs on one little roll of thread. Now, I repeat this step at least 3 times, so meaning I'll do it once all the way through until the thread is run out. Then I will thread the needle again, knot it at the ends, and do it again, and then do it a 3rd time just because I want it extra secure. I have had times in the past where I got lazy and only did it 1 time, and by the end my hair is starting to fall out. You know, little braids are peeking through. It becomes a little bit more difficult when I'm uninstalling hair to make sure I'm not cutting any of my real hair. So you want to make sure that you sew your hair down. Now for the fun part, the actual install of this hair. Now, if you saw the title, of course you know what hair this is. This is the Pure Beauty Supply Co. Malaysian curl hair, and this video is actually sponsored by Pure Beauty Supply Co. Now, Pure Beauty Supply is a Black-owned business, and during the month of February, it was really important for me to showcase and collaborate with Black-owned brands. Now, I did wigs, I did fashion, and wouldn't it make sense for me and my brand to work with a crochet hair company? And it's amazing to work with a Black-owned crochet braid company. Now, they sell both custom hair, so hairs like Malaysian curl, they have essence curl, they have dawn curl, they have topaz curl, which are unique to the site, but they also sell hairs like your free tress hairs, your main concept hairs, as well as your outre hairs. So they sent me 2 packs of 6 bundles bundles, and the bundles are actually what you buy on the site. So you buy an individual bundle. I think for this style they recommend 4. I used all 6, but you guys know I'm extra. I think you can probably get away with 5, but again, I used all 6. So everything I have in my hand right now is what I used to achieve the style that you're going to see at the end of this video. So this is how much comes in one bundle, and of course you're going to have to separate the hair out. You need to separate the hair out for what works for you. With this hair, it's harder to tell you how many times I separated the hair out, just because I simply was just pulling hair and going as I would go through the bundle. So just pull as much or as little as you want for this install. I pulled about this much for my first, few strands, first few tests at it. So this is the size that I'm going to use as I'm going through for kind of the back. I progressively get a little bit smaller as I go throughout the style, but again, it's a trial and error and figuring out how big or small you want the strands. And also, I do realize I have a strand coming from my little ball. There was a little piece of string that I did not cut, that I did not realize for quite some time. When I'm filming, things always go wrong. If you notice from my content, every time I'm filming, there's a little error somewhere, so don't mind the string, but this is how I am installing the hair. Now to install the hair, what you do is put the crochet needle through your braid, open up the latch, put the crochet hair on the latch, then pull it through your braid. I take the needle away, then I knot this hair. This hair specifically, I knotted about 2 to 3 times, and in the front, I invisible knot it. And when I do my invisible knot, I like to use the Lavon Speaks method. And what she does is she puts the same method through, puts the needle through the hair, pulls the hair through. But instead of pulling both of the strands of the hair through the loop that you've made, you only pull one strand through. And then you kind of lay the hair down that way. So instead of putting both strands of hair through, you only pull one of the strands through the knot. So again, what I'm doing, I'm putting the crochet needle through the braid, I'm opening up that latch, putting the crochet hair on that needle, pulling both the needle and the hair through the braid, opening up that latch, so I'm taking the needle away from the situation. Then I am knotting that hair 2 times at minimum, 3 times pretty consistently throughout. She moving to the baseline. The way she a wine make a man wanna praise the wine. She a gypsy girl, she a fine like the sunrise. The way she move make a man cry. I'm feeling her so I wanting her more. That me blow. Now after the install, I'm just going to cut a few of the strands of the hair, just for no particular reason. I don't want the hair to be drastically different when I do my first day thoughts, but I do like to get rid of a few of the stragglers at the end of my hair. So this is the finished look right here. This is what I have going on. Overall, it did take me about 2 hours and 15 minutes. I am under the weather a little bit, so a lot of that was running to the bathroom, blowing my nose so I wouldn't look crazy on camera. But it did take me a while, and also it took me a while because I did end up using a lot. I feel like I used the entirety of the other packet, so not a drop of hair is left. So it was, I guess I did pretty good. I didn't end up opening this at all. If I did, my hair would be a lot bigger. But this is what it looks like. I'm going to turn around so you guys can see. I have not cut but the little bit that you guys saw me cut. I will eventually cut this, but I wanted to show you guys how it kind of looked fresh out of the package. I really do like this. I can't even tell what texture I think this mirrors because I don't think I've ever tried a hair that has this texture, quite honestly, which I really do like. It'll be interesting to see how I can play around with it. They did send me this spray, and Nicole, the owner of Pure Beauty, said she would send me instructions on how to use it, so I'm not going to break it open just yet because I don't know how I'm supposed to use this, and I don't want to use this in the wrong way. It might not be a first day type of a situation, maybe a later on, you know, to revitalize the hair type situation, so I don't want to break this open right yet. But overall, first moment thoughts, I do like this. But if you're not familiar with my channel, I don't leave you hanging. I don't install a hair and then skedaddle and say, you know, I like it the first day, hope it lasts, and you never hear nothing else from me. Oh, no. You guys know a review video is a coming for this hair. But if you like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. If you don't want to miss my review video or miss any other crochet hair related content that I make, smash that subscribe button. Make sure you're following me on Instagram at Lavon89, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Bad man, I feel your flow. Wine, I'm slow. This one no be private show. Your friends they tell you say I be nobody.